basics are that you have a disc and you're throwing it from a tee pad towards a disc golf basket with your hole. It follows the same strategies of golf, but instead of hitting a ball, you're throwing the disc.
Wherever your disc last landed, it's called the lie. It's important that your foot is behind the disc and there's an A4 bit of paper that is about the size that your foot has to be.
Obviously there'd be putters, which are your slower discs. They've got more of a blunt edge on them. You then go up to your mid-ranges, so you get a little bit more distance out of them. And then your fairway drivers. They're sharper again.
I got known pretty quickly being the guy that wore gloves tournament days. It's one of those ones where why have cold fingers when you don't need to? I don't see a problem wearing it. I got a bit of grief when I first started doing it. Now people, when they come to Ballarat tournaments, like, it's not a bad idea actually.
One of the first changes that I saw was that the Ballarat Ultimate, they actually decided to formally change their name to Ballarat Disc Sports.
So I'm the chairperson for disc golf for the club. I always find myself wanting to help out. So I just signed up as a volunteer and just showed up.
I'm passionate about the sport and I want to see it grow, but I don't think it can without volunteers. So it's about helping out and making an effort.
I applied for a board position and then I got voted in and I've been doing that since. It's organising and making sure that events run and that they run smoothly, and if they don't, whatever issue that you had doesn't happen to the next event. It's popular, we're a good club and I think we have a good reputation with the players.
So the local is quite good. It has its days where, 10, maybe less 8 players. It's not too bad, just feels like a fun round with friends. And it's just a better environment to be in rather than just going by yourself, having a go, get to see how other people play, how other people throw.
So we've always had the GCC and Big Wet, but they're only 72 players. The largest events that we have in Victoria are the Vic Open.
The course of Ballarat's now hosted the Vic Open 3 times. Earlier this year, the Australian Championship for Ultimate Frisbee were held in Ballarat. And so it made sense for that crossover of the two Frisbee sports in Australia to hold major events in the same town, on the same grounds essentially, at Victoria Park. And the course has just been really well set up by Andrew Ferguson and the Ballarat City Council.
I personally have just ticked over my 50th disc golf course that I've designed. Pretty stoked to reach that milestone and looking forward to the next 50. I think for just the sheer layout and the beautiful nature in which you're playing, the diversity in the flora, it's just gorgeous. So in 2008, years ago before I was a business, I happened to be in Ballarat, came across the park there, big park, and thought this would be an absolutely great location for a disc golf course. So it took a few years and quite a few proposals to council to kind of get them to listen. And eventually we had a soft launch of the course in, I think it was December in 2020. Designing that course, I wanted to make sure that I didn't want to create something that was going to be too difficult for people. The last thing you want to do is put off new players. I wanted to have a good mix of some shorter holes, some longer holes, par 3s, par 4s, par 5s. By the end of it, you've challenged lots of different parts of your game. Whether that's, encouraging people to throw sidearms or forehands, backhands, learning to throw rollers. We wanted to, design a course where we could kind of arm people with those abilities and help train them as they play.
When I first started playing disc golf, I felt like I was playing a giant board game. When you're out on the course, you're presented with all these challenges. Your disc has probably not landed exactly where you wanted it to. Selecting the correct disc for a particular throw to fly in a particular way felt very similar.
Hole 5 at Ballarat is the signature hole of the Ballarat course, where you have the option to risk it all and go across the water, or you can play it safe and go around it. I've definitely lost a few in the early days.
I have put lots of discs in water, but I love swimming. So if I lose discs in there, I will be getting changed and going for a swim.
We've got this box of dirty, waterlogged discs, but when that person comes in and they search through and they find one of their favourite discs, it really puts a smile on your face.
I don't think I've come across a community as supportive as disc golf.
You definitely see the same faces around and around, and it's one of those ones where I keep going back because of the faces I see around and around. I just enjoy playing with those people.
It's pretty common that you'll be out there on the disc golf course and there'll be some people trying out disc golf for the first time, and they've grabbed some discs from a department store or something like that. They're not really designed for disc golf. Beach frisbees, basically. I love taking those return discs and handing them out to the new players because you just want them to have a good time, and they're going to have a good time if they've got a good disc to throw.
Disc golf's got this funny hold on some people.
I find the technique of throwing really keeps me here. Just like improving myself slightly and slightly, seeing myself throw better, throw further, scores go down, happiness goes up.
Whenever I think about going out for a throw, it's warm, happy feelings because I know that I'm going to get to catch up with mates. It doesn't matter what your week's been like or what's going on. At the end of the day, it's a good reason for you all just to get together and just hang out.
Fly so high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.